Hello students. Under the topic of numerical integrations, today we will do general quadrature formula for equidistant ordinates. As we all know, numerical integration is the process of computing the value of a definite integral from the tabulated value of the integrand. When this process is applied to the integration of the function of a single variable, that means single variable, one variable, x variable, then the process is called quadrature, and the expression of the integral so obtained is called general quadrature formula. So let us know how to derive the general quadrature formula for equidistant ordinates. So let f of x naught plus h, f of x naught plus twice h up to f of x naught plus nh be the n plus 1 entries. Okay, these are the entries corresponding to the equidistant arguments x naught plus h, x naught plus twice h up to x naught plus nh. Okay. Now let us suppose we have to integrate this. This is your definite integration. That means the limit is there. So let we try to integrate this numerically. Okay. So I is x naught to x naught plus nh. This is the limit. Lower limit is x naught and the upper limit is x naught plus nh, because here the range is x naught to x naught plus nh. So here the range will be, lower will be x naught and the upper will be x naught plus nh f of x dx. This range x naught plus nh, that means it will be the difference of this two range, upper limit minus lower limit will be nh. That means the range, this is we divided into n equal parts, each of with h. That is the difference between this two limit, that means upper limit minus lower limit will be equal to nh. Okay. So now if we take x as a new variable, so let us take u. The new variable will be u. So u is equal to x minus x naught divided by h. That means we change the scale and origin and scale. Okay. So the new variable u is this. So from this we know that x will be x naught plus hu. That means x will be u into h, and bring this side plus x naught. So your x will become x naught plus hu. Now if you change the x to a new variable, you need to change this dx also in terms of u. So differentiate this with respect to u both side. What we will get, dx by du this side and d du of x naught plus hu. Now dx by du as it is, here this is constant, so 0, h is constant, come outside, then it will become du by du. So h. So dx by du is equal to h. That means dx is equal to h du. That means in place of dx we need to write h du. Now comes to the original integration, which is this. So we need to write this in u form. Okay. So this is our original integration. So now you write in place of x naught, what is x naught plus hu. So we write x naught plus hu. Okay. Now dx is, we know, h du. Just we evaluate it here, h du. Okay. Now we need to change this limit also in u form, because it is in x form. So as we know, we take u is equal to x naught plus x minus x naught plus h. So when we put x is equal to x naught, that means this limit u will become 0. So in place of x naught we write u. Okay. And when we put x naught plus nh, in place of x, this x, we write x naught plus nh, then u will become n. Okay. So our new limit will be 0 to n, and this x will be x naught plus hu and dx will be h du. So our original integration will become this. Okay. Now h is constant, so bring it outside, 0 to n, this is the limit. Now this we can write in e form. As we know, the general formula of e operator is e raised to the power r f of x naught plus f of x naught plus rh. So it is f of x naught plus rh. R is u. So we write e raised to the power u f of x naught du. Okay. Now your in place of eu, as we know the relationship between del and e is equal to 1 plus d, 1 plus del. So we write here 1 plus del raised to the power u f of x naught du. Okay. Now we need to expand it with the help of binomial expansion. Okay. So look here. We expanded this 1 plus del raised to the power u. It will 1 raised to the power u plus u c1 1 raised to the power u minus 1 del plus u c2 1 raised to the power u minus 2 del square plus u cube 3 1 raised to the power u minus 3 del cube plus up to infinity f of x naught du. Now 1 raised to the power u will 1, then this will become u, uc1 is u, then this is del, this is 1, so we don't write. Next term will be u c2, so u minus 1 2 factorial del square plus next is u c3, so we write it in this form u minus 1 u minus 2 divided by 3 factorial. Okay. In this way up to infinity. So f of x naught du. Okay. Now we need to bring this inside. So first one will be 1 f of x naught. Next will be u del f of x naught. Next will be u square minus u divided by 2 factorial, which is here. So this is u square minus u and del square f of x naught. Okay. Plus simplify this, it will become u cube minus 3u square plus 2u. Okay. Then this is del cube f of x naught divided by 3 factorial plus up to infinity and du. Okay. Now we need to integrate this with respect to u. So wherever 1 is there, it will become u. Na? So 1 f of x naught integration of this with respect to u. So 1 will become u. Here u is increased by 1. So it will be u square by 2. We are integrating, okay, with respect to u. So this will become u cube by 3. U square by 2. U 4 by 4. 3u is cube by 3 plus 2u square by 2. Okay, like this. Now we did the integration and this limit we write in this square bracket. Put the square bracket and write the limit 0 to n. So in case of definite integration, what we do after integration, we put the upper limit and then minus lower limit. So when we put the upper limit, all u will become n. Okay. So in place of u, we need to write n. And wherever when we write 0, it will vanish 0. So just when put the upper limit and write it in this way, which is your, and this will goes up to n plus 1 term, and which is your general quadrature formula. Okay, after putting the upper limit minus lower limit, we get this formula, which is called the general quadrature formula, or an approximate formula for the calculation of a definite integral. Okay, so the three formula of numerical integration, which is trapezoidal rule, Simpson's 1/3 rule and Simpson's 3/8 rule, are derived from this formula by assuming, first one, which is trapezoidal rule, by assuming fx is a polynomial of degree 1 and neglecting the higher order difference of 1, we get trapezoidal rule. And by assuming fx as a polynomial of degree 2 and neglecting all second order difference, we will get the Simpson's 1/3 rule. And by assuming fx as a polynomial of degree 3 and neglecting all differences of order higher than 3, we get Simpson's 3-8 rule. So here are the formula which we get. Derivation is not there in your syllabus, so directly I am giving the trapezoidal rule. This is the trapezoidal rule. Okay, that means integration of x naught plus nh y dx is equal to h by 2. This is the formula of trapezoidal rule. These are the entry values: y naught yn plus 2 into the remaining ordinates. Okay, so this formula can be summarized in this way, that integration of x naught to f of x naught plus nh, whatever be the integration, is equal to h by 2. H we know, the interval of difference, sum of the first and last ordinate in plus 2 into remaining ordinates. Okay, and the second formula is Simpson's 1/3 rule. The formula is h by 3 y naught plus yn plus 4 y1 y3 up to yn minus 1, that means odd ordinates, plus 2 into even ordinates. So we summarize in this way, that Simpson's 1/3 rule means 3 by h by 3, sum of the first and last ordinates plus 4 into sum of the odd ordinates plus 2 into sum of the even ordinates. Okay, now the third one is, which is Simpson's 3-8 rule. So it is 3h by 8 first and last ordinates plus 2 into multiple of 3 ordinates plus 3 into remaining ordinates. So sum of the multiple of 3 ordinates plus 3 into sum of the remaining ordinates. Okay, so this is all about the 3 formula of numerical integration. So that means here we will do numerically the integration we do numerically. So it is called numerical integration. Thank you.